Welcome, everybody. We're going to reattempt our day two of a world tour here, leaving Ninaimo and heading up Vancouver Island. We gave it a go yesterday, but we had some technical difficulties resulting in well, I guess basically my flight controls completely stopped working, so I ended up in the ocean somewhere. So we're going to try this again. Um, Flight plan is going from Charlie Yankee Charlie Delta, which is Ninaimo, British Columbia, just on Vancouver Island here. It's a neat little airport, kind of just on the coast here, right in between the mainland, between Vancouver and the rest of the island here. We're going to fly up through Parksville, and then the Port Alberta area over to Tofino, which is quite a popular tourist destination. Lots of surfers and stuff head up that way. Then along the outer coast, and then Nootka Island over to it's Union Island, and then we're gonna hop back over towards the other side of the island here, hit up Drake Island, all these little islands here, and finally end up in Port Hardy, Charlie Yankee Zulu Tango. We're taking the Black Square Duke again, the Turbine Duke, because I'm learning and really enjoying that plane. So we're going to load in here and have a look. I think I'm going to see if there's an abbreviated version of the checklist, because as much as I love following checklists, this one is, from what I understand, real to life, but it leaves a little to be desired if you kind of want to get up and fly. So, actually, you know what? Let's hop back out here, because I'm told that there's elements that you can interact with now that this is offered on FS2024, but I am not seeing anything. No pitot covers, no engine covers, no chocks. Unfortunately, the custom custom tags don't really work on these liveries right now, but that's all right. I'm pleased to find out that on our first flight, the avionics wasn't working quite right. The GTN 650 was not loading, but now I found out that it will load in the plain white modern livery that is standard with the pack. And that was nice to find out, but now they did an update, I guess yesterday. It turns out that now all the liveries have working GTN 750, 650 combination, which is kind of nice. As the mix of the modern avionics with the glass cockpit is kind of cool. But let's get over to this checklist here. We did a walk around. Nothing can be really. Yeah, it looks like standard is the lowest one we go. Okay, pre-flight. So pre-flight inspection. We had a look around. Everything's good. Control locks. Get rid of those. In case you're wondering, they're stored over there. Seat belt's good. Cabin door is latched and locked. We can double check that here, I believe. Let's see here. Let's actually, hang on, let's have a quick look. Oh, did we freeze? No, we're good. So it doesn't look like they redeploy there. That's all right. Just fiddle here. That's all right. Okay. nose baggage door is closed to latch. We saw that. Parking brake is set. If we want to check that, right here, parking brake is set. Landing gear is down. Sure would hope so. Electrical switches, everything's off and off. Let's put that battery in both here. Engine avionics, all of that is off. Oxygen pressure right down here between, what is it, 1550, 1850? Yeah, it's in that range. Our circuit breakers all in. Got them all over here. Hey, go away. There we go. So you got a handful down here. Got some here, here, and here. It's a pretty complex airplane. And they're all modeled. So you can pop circuit breakers, which is kind of neat. Supplemental bleed air. It's right over here. It is caged. Cabin, or sorry, that's the alternate static. The supplemental bleed air is actually these guys here. They're on sliders. Cabin pressure shut off right here. Left and right engine, alternate static. That's over here. CO detector. This one's pretty cool. You actually can have CO issues in the plane. Another modeled failure. There you go. It's tested, working. Environmental mode is off. Flaps are up. Power levels. Now this is one that is fun. I really got to set up my yoke here, but you can hear there's a detent right here. So this is flight idle. Anything beyond this, you actually go into beta range. And when you do, these little red lights go on. So you want to be sure you never start this thing up in beta. That can damage the engine. Props are already in high RPM. Condition levers are set to cut off. Trim is centered. Fuel selectors are set to on. Let's see here. Yes, both are on. All right, that is the pre-flight checklist complete. Before engine start, let's have a look back to the beacon here. So beacon switch, we're going on. This is before any electrical goes on. Next, we got the battery master. Battery master coming on. Fuel quantities check. 69, 67. It's going to be plenty of fuel to do roughly an hour's worth of flying. Looks like it's uncaged already. Should be seeking heading, which it is. Good to see. Fuel quantities, annunciators. Let's test and check those. Christmas tree time. So pretty to watch. Kill those because it's not important. Currently, battery selector, we're going to go to 1. We're going to check for voltage down here. We're going to look for better than 23. We've got 25. Good stuff. We're going to do the same for battery 2. And we're going to battery 2. Battery to both. Right in the middle there. 25.3. We're good. Left ignition. Right down here. We're going to go. What exactly? Check auto. Then on. So we're checking this. Let's watch. Go left first. Okay, left first. Ignition auto. Can hear it. Go on. Same thing right. Auto. On. Wing pump left. Check on. On off. Saw fuel pressure spike. Wing pump right. On. There comes the fuel pressure. Good there. those are working. Now I got to check the auxiliary pumps as well. We're going to look down here again to the fuel pressure. Aux pump on. We've got pressure. Go back off. Aux pump on for the right. Got pressure again, going to the off. As before start, checklist complete. All right, so one thing I'm surprised that we don't actually have the fuel pumps on for startup. But it's all right. Let's see how it goes. Fuel pressure. We're going to go wing pumps on. Get fuel pressure from both. So we're it's going to go in this sequence here. We're going to go right-hand starter on. We're going to look for minimum bus voltage 15 minimum. So if this drops below 15, we get a problem. Once we have gas generator, the NG here, once it is above 15%, we can introduce fuel. ITT, so it's conditioned to run. ITT less than 1090C. So this we do not want to see anywhere above 1090. Then we got to go starter off when NG's at 52. So once we're here seeing 52, starter off, and we're going to go to ignition off. Check everything. Generator on. Check below your generator load. So below 60 amps. Within, what does it say here? 2 minutes. Bus voltage should be coming up. So once you're in generator, you can see 28 volts. Battery temperature, which is over here. Don't want to see that climb above 120. Then we do it all again on the left-hand side. So let's give it a go. Starter on. Looking for this to climb, not drop below 15. 6, we need 15% here as well, so 15 and 15. Once we see 15, we're going to introduce fuel to run. We're going to see the ITT spike up. We got 783. And we're dropping back down. You see prop spinning. Unlike that one. Let's get these killed here. Okay, and we're going to go to starter off. Generator on. System amperage 29. Generator load. So we're looking for less than 60. We're already there. We're above 28 volts. Battery temperature is below 120. So we get a good start on the right. Right engine's running and happy. And we got a FOD 4%. So you know what? I'm going to add the inertial separators because on. That's going to close up that little door there. Right here. Prevent any debris from going in the engine, causing damage, because we've got a healthy engine right now and we want to keep it that way. Okay, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same for startup. This time I'm going to close it on start. Alright, so we got inertial separator closed. We're going to go. Actually, we got ignition off. We don't need that on right now because it is running. You can tell. We got those little flames there. Everything's going good. All right, so left-hand side, starter on. Looking for 15. See, no oil pressure. See, just spinning right there. 13, 14, and fuel on. Bus volts 15 minimum, we're good there. Gas generator 50% minimum, we're good there. Conditionally run ITT less than 1090, we're good. Left starter 52%. Erg off on the starter. Left ignition off. Engine instruments looking good. Prop RPM is coming up. Generator is going on. Now we're sharing the load. Good stuff. Generator load, bus volts, yep. Battery temperature below 140. Got cold batteries. Good to go. Engine start. We are good. Lights as required. So let's get the taxi on. Nav on. Weather radar. We're going to go to... actually, well... off or standby. Okay. Don't want to make anybody glow in front of us there. And let's get some avionics going. So, avionics and inverter on. See, everything comes to life. Inverter fail enunciation is gone. Cabin temperature as desired. So get there. Let's get the cabin warmed up a bit. Parking brake release. We're going to check brakes. All right. Let's ask for taxi first. So actually, let's get the ATIS before we go anywhere. So let's get her QNH.
Charlie Yankee Charlie Delta Airport Information Charlie 0700 Zulu. Wind 254 at 4. Visibility 9er. Sky condition few clouds at 1700. Few clouds at 4700. Few clouds at 13,700. Temperature 15. Dew point 1 tree. Altimeter 299er2. ILS runway 16 in use. Landing and departing runway 16. Via.
So it looks like we're going to runway 16. And we're doing that. Departing out of runway 16. So we're gonna, let's spin around here. We're gonna taxi over, we're gonna do run up right over there. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna depart out to the, it's the south there.
Ground, Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Alpha.
What do we decide for altitude? 8,000 feet.
Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Alpha. Taxi to and hold short of runway 16 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 121.075 when ready.
Contact 121.075 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 16 via taxiway Alpha. Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha.
All right. So let's get rid of that. And my key binding doesn't want to play nice for park brakes, so we're just going to do that. This plane has got fantastic ground handling. Only downside, right now anyhow, because I don't have my yoke all set up quite yet. That's my tomorrow project. Get the Turtle Beach yoke and my pedals and throttle quadrant all set up. Because it sure is a pain to try to taxi this thing. It likes to hum along here. And we're going to pull up our flight plan. My in-laws live right at the right near the Qualcomm Beach Airport, which is pretty cool. Being able to actually fly over there and visit them turns what is, you know, 4.5 hours worth of commuting into about 40 minutes. Surprisingly, it's actually cheaper to fly in a small plane over there than it is to take the ferries. But as a kid, I used to love going on the ferries, visiting the family on the island. Let's park it in the wind, or slightly in the wind anyhow. Let's get that park brake on. Let's do our run up. Bear with me 1 second here, just check some stuff. Wife's currently in England, and apparently she slept in a bit, and she's got to hustle to get to her Peloton class that she signed up to. She's got a couple of them to get to today, so that'll be cool. She's really stoked to do that, so I'm excited that she can do that. All right, anyhow, park brake, set, annunciators, test, nothing to worry about, everything's good, Christmas tree is on. Remote compass slaved, yep, we're looking at it east, yep. So this matches this. Pretty important. Fuel selector cross feed. So there. And there. Wing pumps, I've already got them on from our start. Power levers to 2050 RPM. So we're going to come up on our power here. This. It's real touchy right there. Ah, 2050. Good enough for me. 2030 is pretty close. Alright. Probably this prop governor test. So we're going to push this little left prop governor. Which you see this drop down. And we sure do. Comes back up. Let's try the right. It's a bit of a hard one to see there. Right, we're at 2060. 50, 60 RPM drop there. So we're good. Power levers 2190. Alright, we want 300 RPM drop or less, I believe it is. So what are we at? 15, we want it down to 1500. And we're good. Left and right done. Power levers. Fire detector test. Now this one, where is it again? Always forget this one. Panels, surface, trim. I forget where this one is all the time. It's right. It's at the top there. Left and right. Nuts heaters, come on. Good stuff. Left generator, hold reset. We'll watch the amperage and everything change there as we hit this. So this is going to turn off left generator, so the right should pick up the load. And it sure does. 0 amps, 60 amps. Release, drops back down. It's roughly split. Okay, same on the right. So right goes to 0. Left picks up the load. Good there. Generator 40 amp total. Yep. Power levers back to idle. Go. Oil doors open. These guys right here. Ice deflectors on, also known as inertial separators. Those are already on both. It's instrument air. Green. No lights. Green. No lights. Cockpit window is closed. Cabin altitude. Since we're not going above 10,000, this doesn't like to let me play there. So if we look down here, sea level 10,000. It's right there. 8,000 is down here. We're not really going to need pressurization until sea level. So field elevation. We're going to set cabin differential to 0, which it certainly is. That needle, there's a needle hidden behind there. It's currently at 0. Cabin climb rate, 10 o'clock. That looks good. Cabin altitude, 1,000 feet below. So since we're at sea level, or roughly there at, I'm going to go 1,000 feet below. This is a cool test. And we're going to hit this test switch. And you're going to watch this. It's going to try to lower the cabin altitude. There it goes. There we go. Test complete. Observed drop. And then we're going to go right back here. Cabin pressure to normal, yes. Ice store, annunciator, both on. Sure are. Ice door, ice door. Oils on, deflectors as required, prop heat on. So I'm not going to go through this. This is all checking your prop heat, windshield heat, everything there. This is the part that I kind of like to skip over. Heater switches off, surface de-ice. We're not going to need any of this today, but what we're going to go back to is once we hit that fuel selector, so we're going to go for crossfeed. Check there's no bounce, 64, 61, that's 3 liters difference, that's alright. Oops, nope. Back to on, not to off. There we go. Fuel selectors, pitch trim, that's an important one. With this off, your autopilot does nothing. Electric trim exercise, we'll pretend that I've got my trim bound. But otherwise, you'd hit your switch, make sure that rotates. Autopilot, we're not going to go through the tests either, because that's a pain in the butt. And then, controls, free and clear, back, forward, left, right, pedals, pedals. We're good. Let's turn our flight director on, because why not? It's always fun. Okay. Elevator trim. Set to take off. Yep. Flaps. Set to take off. Whoa. I killed the left engine there when we cycled the fuel off. It was real sensitive. Alright. Well, let's get that started again. Starter on. Looking for 15. No less than 15 volts. We got a generator going, so it's alright. We're pulling load off that generator. $15. Fuel's on. See that little blue? This glows when you've got no oil pressure. These glow, which is kind of cool. Interesting. Hung start. So, we're gonna get that off. Let's get the ignition on. Starter back on. We're gonna look for greater than. There it goes. Whoop. Hot start. So you got a spike there. It's not a good thing. So, that damaged the engine. 40%. She's not happy. We're going to repair that. Let's try that again. Starter's on. 60%. Let's add fuel. Good start. 52%. We're going with the starter off. Off. Generator's coming on. Leave wind pumps on. Alright. Flaps. Approach and or take off. Windows closed. Ignition as required. We're going to go to ignition auto. In case there's any issues. Altimeter set. Departure altitude set. Takeoff heading. We are taking off. Runway 16, roughly there. Panel lights, did for takeoff, parking brake release. Okay, run up is done. Before takeoff checklist, oil temperature, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Fuel full, props, yada yada yada. Engine oil temperature, green, and green, green and green. Good. Air conditioning, or this to off for takeoff. Lighting is desired. Transponder to altitude mode on. Transponder weather radar can go to on from standby to da. Takeoff, power levers, brakes, engine, ITT, gear up, flaps up, autopilot, cabin, differential, landing lights off. Let's get the landing lights on though. Alright. These will go out. So actually, let's get the pitot heat on. That's what they got the annunciators for, right? And the fuel vents. Okay, the ignition lights are going to go off when we get airborne. The auto lights are currently on while we're sitting here. So let's get our clearance from tower. clearance for VFR.
Tower, Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Alpha at runway 16 ready for departure. Departure to the south.
Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Alpha. Altimeter 2992 departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff
2992.
runway 16.
Not quite sure why my window doesn't display well. Oh, maybe that's why. Cleared for takeoff. Acknowledge.
Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha. Acknowledge last transmission.
Yes, ma'am. Cleared for takeoff. Tango Mike
runway
Alpha.
16. Beechcraft Tango Mike
Park and break
Alpha.
off. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. She's up. I don't want that gear up. Flaps up.
Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha. Continue for south departure.
Tower, Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Alpha. Continue for south departure.
Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Tower, Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Alpha. Frequency change.
There we go. Sure, it's pretty. Look at that pole there. Never seen that before. It's 1/2/8 of.
Vancouver approach. Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Alpha is type Beechcraft
Now.
3 miles southeast of Charlie Yankee Charlie Delta, 3200. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Alpha Vancouver approach. Squawk 0221.
0221.
Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha. Radar contact 3 miles southeast of Charlie Yankee Charlie Delta, 4300. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha.
There we go. Come back around here. Interesting. Now it doesn't want to get rid of the window. Let's do that, I guess. All right. Climbing 6-7 for 8. Coming around. So look here. Think. Got nothing FOD wise. We're gonna close those.
Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha contact Vancouver Center on 125.905. Good day.
125.905. Tango Mike Alpha.
5. Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha.
Okay. Let's tune that on. Not that we really need it, but we're gonna use it anyway, because why not? come back on props to 2000. I just know that. Power's 1260. So we can actually come up on the power. Maybe. Nope, we can't. We can't because we're almost cruising at 200 knots. We're going to get a warning buzzer if we do. Okay, max continues. We're through there. We're already climb transition. We're not doing that. Cruise. Ignition's auto off. Oil doors close. Ice deflectors as needed. Pitot heat on if outside temperatures 4 degrees or greater. Or sorry, less than. Or what are we at? I think we're at 0. So we're gonna leave. I guess less than 4. Yeah. So it's at 0C. We're gonna leave it on. Windshield heat we don't need. Fuel balance. Less than 25 gallons. We're fine there. Propellers. 2,000 RPM. Still got to come back a bit. Power levers, we're going to leave them there as cabin temperature is required. Monitor engine performance. Cool. We're getting this master caution for the doors, just letting us know that they are open, or sorry, closed, which isn't a concern right now. Alright, still got a little bit to come back. I think that should take care of it. 2,000. There's the RPM. Drop ever so slightly there. I'd like to see them matched up. Turn those pumps don't need to be on. You see they stop spinning there. We can put that away for now. Let's have a look around. Now we're up here. So right now, we're heading towards Qualicum Beach. This is, like I mentioned before, I have some family over here. My father-in-law lives over this direction. Actually very close. And some other good family friends live over this way. It's quite a nice, quiet little area. Vancouver Island, kind of a retirement, older age type area. Lots of cool little stores in the downtown core. No major fast food chains or anything like that. Nice, quiet little area to retire to or live if you're someone like me who doesn't overly enjoy the city, despite living in it. One day I'd love to be out there. But for now, we're in the city. Got the kids and got to be able to do the whole family thing. It's much easier to do here than there. But we're cruising at 8,000. We could definitely go lower. And we might go lower here. Let's see if we can pull it up. Where are we at here? 10 nautical miles. 10.5 before we get to our first waypoint. So we're looking at, it's right over here. Let's see, can we zoom in far enough to see it? Not quite. Till kind of the render distance drops off. You can see there's stuff's kind of rendered. See a bit, but it falls off there. But the airport should be right around here. I'm just going to check the audio real quick, because I dropped the game volume a bit because it was a little loud. Had someone complain that the exterior audio when I do this got a little unenjoyable. Too loud. But look at that day. Actually, you know do this because I hate that exterior instrumentation. Where is it under? Probably assistance, I'm guessing. Auto rudder, visual assistance. I do like this taxi ribbon. I do like that. Makes it easy at airports. G-Effect. Nah, we're just a GA pilot. Okay. So where's it at? Is it general? It's got to be in general. City markers, airport markers. Cockpit camera, external camera. There we go. There we go. That's what I prefer. Much better. Gosh, it's a pretty clean out. Boy, is it quick. If I had the dollars, this would be my personal go-to plane right here. 2 turboprops, 2 PT6s. Hey, there's Qualcomm Beach Airport right there. I've landed there many times. Simulator and real life. It's a fun little airport. This is actually the town of Qualcomm here. How well it's from here. Not too bad. In-laws live somewhere around this area, I believe. It's got a little nice beach area. Down there with the kids, we did some Pokemon hunting. That was a lot of fun. We're about to 1.5 nautical miles. We're about to make a pretty distinct left turn. We're going to head over towards these mountains here. This is where we're going to find out, I believe my planned altitude should send us right over here. Should keep us clear of these mountains. And recently, this summer, actually, there was some pretty significant fires that took place over here. And over here, so this is going to be, I guess your highway here. Comes through the island highway. You follow this road up, right when you got into this area here, this is all on fire. It was a pretty rough situation for a lot of people. It was real smoky. The in-laws said they had chunks of ash, burning tree, and all that kind of stuff sitting on top of the car. So they weren't too thrilled about it. Thankfully, they took care of the fire, which was burning right on this side of the mountain here. That got taken care of. But then they got another fire that started kind of over in this area, and this one got big, very, very big, and had all of Vancouver kind of smoked out. Because Vancouver really is not far from Vancouver's. It's kind of over here in the clouds, over this area, so you definitely get a lot of the smoke, which was less than pleasant. Alright, so we're on our way to Bernie Valley Regional. Well, I say it's a regional airport, but Canada, that's they're tiny. But it's a cool little spot. Such a pretty place to be. Up here we've got, so I spent a lot of my childhood right on this island, right over here. Clouds. Denman Island, Horngow. We've got over here, we've got Tuxedo, which is the big island over there. Never been to that one. Only ever seen it from the shoreline of Harvey. Maybe I should do a flight over there one of these days and kind of give it some explore. There's lots of little islands over here, little airports on them. Flying the stuff that I'm used to flying, Cessna 172s and stuff like that. It can be a fun flight. It takes a little while. It's not like this thing. We don't have, a 223, 224 knot true airspeed. And indicated of 200. We could adjust for our true airspeed here. So right now we're sitting at 0 degrees Celsius. So 0 degrees Celsius, and we're at 8,000 feet. So let's turn this knob here till this white disc shows an 8. Then we're going to line that 8 up with the 0. That's roughly air temperature. So around there. So we got 224 knots true airspeed. Calculated GTN 750s, giving us that. And what do we got here? 220. Maybe a little change in air temperature. Or about 0. It's definitely not perfect. Maybe a little. It's closer to 0. 9,000, or is it 8? Wonder. Yeah, okay. Maybe the larger hashes are the solid numbers. I kind of figured it was the in-between ones there, but maybe not. Because that kind of jives with the true airspeed. 224. It's just right about 224. Maybe tick back. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, look at this. Beautiful. Let's tune Comox approach.
Comox approach.
Say hello to them.
Tango Mike Alpha, 8,000.
Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Alpha. Comox approach. Altimeter 29902. Radar contact. Continue. Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha, you're leaving my airspace. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved. Beechcraft Tango Mike Alpha.
We're not going to mess with the flight following any longer. I don't think we got much to worry about as far as aircraft around here. Let's have a look. Oh, should zoom out there. Alright, we're about to rip over Alberni here. Let's have a look. These beautiful lakes. Just kind of such a scenic place. All Vancouver's beautiful. You got mountains, you got the ocean. Little floofy clouds. Oh, look at that. The moon's right up there. Slippery now. Let's see if we can get it. Can we get it? Get it? There it is. So now that we're over here, zoom across it. Head into some clouds. Just some light fluffy stuff. Nothing to worry about. Continue across some valleys here. This is if you like hiking or nature, bushwhacking, camping, or survival stuff, this is a great place to be. There are all these wonderful trails that go through the hills here. Wife and I, we went to stayed at a place here for our anniversary. This was last January, and we did a hike on the island. It was pretty cool. There's this app called All Trails, and you can look up stuff near you. My wife's definitely in better shape than I am, but I figured, hey, you know, if she can do it, I can do it. But she picked out a trail and all the notes on the trail for people who did it. So be careful. This one is not well marked. Keep the trail map open the entire time you're doing the trail, or you will get lost. I figured, nah, we'll be fine. It took us about 15 minutes just to find the trailhead. We were walking up dried up riverbeds. We were hiking up just the sides of hills. No real path. It was more bushwhacking than this trail hiking, but it was a blast. You get to see a lot of cool stuff right around some lakes. It was definitely enjoyable experience. I would do it again. Just got a little snow on the top of these mountains here. It is getting into fall. We are starting to see the leaves change in color. It is such a pretty time of year. See all these trees start getting all the yellows and the oranges. Or maybe this is their representation of the fires that raged through here not too long ago. It is quite well modeled. FS2024 here. All these little rivers, kind of, I guess they're lakes. I don't know when it becomes a lagoon or a pond or whatever it may be, but these little water deposits right on top of the mountain here. It'd be fun to hike up to something like this and go swimming. Flying off into the sunset. That side is, we need a thumbnail. Something like that. That'll do for a thumbnail, I guess. Let's have a look back in the cabin here. Nothing funky going on. Tracking heading. Still got a 224. Cruise are right at 200 knots, which is great. We have a little bit of a Trim out that rudder a little. Get that ball centered. Right there. Oh. Won't be here. That's alright. Well, we must be nearing our next destination. Tofino. I've never been here either, despite living in this general area for most of my life. Tofino is a very popular tourist destination. A lot of people go there and surf. It's like the west coast of Canada for surfing. I hear it's a beautiful place, but I've never been. I think that might be something that, again, I have to fly up and do. Awesome. My wife just let me know she's at Pelton Studios now. About to do her, I think it's actually like her 700th. No, this morning she's doing a treadmill run. And then a few hours later she's going to do a Peloton bike ride. And that bike ride will be her 700th Peloton bike ride. It's funny during COVID times when everything was locked down. Decided to get the Peloton bike. She was worried. She thought, we're not gonna end up using it enough. You know, I think it was the Peloton Pro or whatever. Well, it's got the bigger screen and the swivels and all that, so they're more expensive. I think it came up to like $4,500 for the bike. Then you got the monthly subscription too. But she works out 7 days a week, pretty much. I think she only missed 2 days last year because she had pneumonia. So that was interesting. Right? So we got right off the mouse here. We got Tofino's airport. Apparently, our wonderful Prime Minister, or former Prime Minister, thankfully, would come here regularly. I definitely need to check it out. Maybe that'll be the next destination for the family. Check it out with the kids. Maybe see about flying there. Look how close you got. You got the airport right here. Right here. You got beach. You land and just walk. Walk right to the beach. But they gotta love the Xbox. Things out in the water. Let's call them Ogapogos, maybe. Right. So now, from Tofino, we're going to skip along all these coastal islands. And there's a lot of them. There is a lot of them. This is where, if you're flying for fun, or if you're looking for a job, flying anywhere in the Lower Mainland around Vancouver, flying float planes can be a pretty busy thing. You got all these islands to service. You got hunters and things like that go out here. You've got people that live on these smaller islands that are only serviced by seaplanes. There is nothing else. Like here, you're still technically on Tofino, but once you get out here, this little island right here, if you live in there, seaplane or boat, that's it. And if you live on one of these islands, I think you're out of luck altogether. There's not much to live on. Just trees and rock. Sure is a pretty place. it's out of some sort of movie, almost like Jurassic Park. I'm interested to see the new scenery pack they got coming out for Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World, or whatever it is. I remember watching all those movies when I was a kid. They were a blast. But it should be neat. I'll definitely doing a stream or a flight to do something there, because that'll be way too fun. What did I exceed now? What did I exceed? Torque, left engine, 1334.6. So apparently on my left engine, shouldn't have exceeded 1260. I went to 1334. Get that from the engine tread monitor. So let's have a look and see if there was damage done by that. Left engine condition, 100%. Got enough FOD. Got the doors open. This is such a cool thing, showing you all the inner workings, exactly what's going on. Air coming in, going out, exhaust. You got your fuel. You can tell if your wing tank's on, aux tank's on. Got your fuel heater, filters. I'm told that these can clog, which is interesting. Then you've got, failures. So, mean time between failure. What if this is in seconds? Schedule mode, global failure rate, 1 times real time. Left generator 4,000. Left prop cover 2,000. So this will be neat. And when you've got stuff that's going to go out on you. Look at it all. Look at that failure list. That's kind of cool. Obviously, you don't want anything to fail, but oh, I guess we're freezing in here. Let's yeah, let's get some heat. So we've got heat coming in. We're at 1 degree Celsius in here. Everybody in here is a little chilly. So we got auto heat on. So now we're taking heat from the engine bleed air, and we're forcing it into the cabin here, trying to get the cabin temperature up 3 degrees Celsius. Let's go for something 21, the 20s would be nice. What do we got for fuel? 43 and 43, 38. Okay. So still 200 over 350 gallons, or 330 some odd gallons of fuel here. See, these are the beta enunciators. Just those little dots there. They're good to have. Sometimes you can be in beta without really realizing it. Although on the ground here, that may not be a bad thing. Because this thing likes to taxi at Mach. Holy cow. That's a pretty good spot, actually. Huh, okay. I've got no co-pilot. I'm the only one in this plane currently, so that makes sense why if I toggle that on, it won't show anything. The only things that I feel would be missing, because the GTN 750s, it's the TDS one, so it's the free one, because I am on Xbox, means you lose out on a few things. Here, sorry. So you've got no charts because you have no SimBrief integration. You've got logs. What's log? What do we got for logs? True, false. I don't know what any of that means for logs, but so you've got no way. Oh, this is, vertical calculator. This would be nice too. Especially being new to this aircraft. Calculating descent rates. Obviously, same calculations apply for 172 that would be for 747. You do the math and you figure out what your descent rate should be. But having those extra little features is really nice, and being able to have something like SimBrief integration natively on the aircraft would be amazing. Because you're able to get your charts, to get a lot of information. Obviously, I can have that on a tablet external from the sim, which if you're on an Xbox, you got to do, because you have no way to have that information displayed within the simulator. You've got no option up here like you do in on a PC. If you're flying in certain areas, some places, you're going to have charts. Usually to be perfectly honest, I have never found an airport where I've got charts. In Canada, that is. In the United States, there are charts. On charts externally, I've never actually seen them within the EFB that is in the sim here. But I could be mistaken. Again, not something I've played with a lot, but if we look here, let's have a look at charts. Arrivals, 16, approaches, airport, miscellaneous. So we've got no charts, fortunately. Nearly at sea level elevation here. We don't have all that much further to go in our flight. Looks like we slowed down just a touch. Our RPM has dropped some. Not fully sure why. That's all right. And let's go back out, enjoy the view. Lovely islands. Light station. Interesting. Runways. No such runway. That. I don't know if we can see much in it. Let's have a look from the cockpit here. Probably not. I'm guessing no. Don't mess with that. Don't do that. trees on there. Is that just trees? I guess it's trees. Imagine that railroad station is somewhere over there. It's there. Can't fault the sim so much though. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's definitely cool. Burning along here. We're 10.5 nautical miles away from a couple custom waypoints. The waypoints that I chose were over somewhat defined areas in the coastal BC. Not gonna lie, I don't necessarily remember what they were, but yeah, it's definitely pretty areas, mostly lakes or water areas, because it sure is pretty. I mean, if you're gonna do a world tour, you should probably have a look at what's going on outside. Yeah. Zooming along. This is kind of cool. Radar altimeter. Never mess with them much, but you can set your minimums. So you're setting your minimum here. So you got, 100, 200. This is times feet, so going up to 2,500 feet. It'll tell you when you're getting close to the ground, which is a handy thing. Flying instrument, especially if you're coming into an airport and you got to really fly right down to your minimums. Having the correct QNH is important. Obviously, you don't want to fly anywhere, especially on instruments, if you do not have that information. But having this as a backup to know, like, hey, this is how close you are to whatever's underneath you is pretty handy. And you got your turn coordinators and all that kind of stuff. This is important for your standard rate turns. A couple things I thought were pretty cool that they implemented. Just looking at airspace. Waypoint Custo. So this aircraft, you got your autopilot stuff right down here. A Century 4 autopilot. Then you've got the indicator panel up here. Right? Except what they've done is they've allowed this to be a replication of your buttons down here. So again, if you're on Xbox where you don't have any head tracking and you rely on a mouse, which I do, to look around here, I don't really use key bindings, although I should learn those a bit better, I'm sure. But it allows me to select my autopilot features while still kind of keeping my head up here versus down here. Because right here I see nothing. You don't even really get a good. I guess you can set it up so that you still got all your instruments in view, but this just becomes much easier. The other thing is, what you don't see is this little pitch wheel, because you don't have a vertical speed type autopilot feature like you would the Garmin, was it GTN 500s? The little Garmin panel that you see in a lot of the more modern general aviation planes with that little blue level button. You don't have a level button in this either, but you are missing a vertical speed or altitude change button. So you don't have that selection. So you have a pitch pitch wheel, and then you got to just figure it out based upon your vertical speed. So a little bit more math involved, a little bit more figuring stuff out. That's again why having that calculator feature. Where is it here? Utilities. This vertical calculator. This would be very, very nice to have, because it would allow you to figure out what your distance to wherever you need to be. When it's in here, you can actually select the waypoint, the altitude you want to be at the waypoint, and it will tell you based upon your speed and whatever else that you need to be descending at X number of feet per minute. And you just punch that in, pitch it down, and away you go. But what they've done here, so you don't have to scroll over here and try to use this wheel, is they've put it right here. You can't see it. It's kind of a hidden feature, but you can use your mouse wheel here to roll over it, and that'll do pitch, or you can click on it, click spots. It is a little finicky, but it sure beats having heads down here, right? I don't like having my head down when you've got the world coming at you at 200 plus knots. It's a little different than Cessna 172, where you're going to be hard pushed to see 160 knots on a good day with a tailwind and your nose pointed towards the ground. All right, cabin temperature up to 72 Fahrenheit. Oh, let's press this button because I like Celsius. 22. We've stopped freezing. What a wonderful thing. We've still got everything in the green. Our fuel pressure, 18.5, 18.3, 18.5. Fuel flow, prop RPM. We could just tack that back. One click each. Should be around 2,000. And of course that one coming back, that gets me into, oh, there we go. But everything is in the green. Torque's in the green, everything is in the green. There's another tool I need to figure out. It's another calculator of sorts. Helps with fuel flow calculations and distance, all that kind of stuff. RNAV. Gotta learn how to use that one. Not totally sure. This one also, I should learn a little bit more about the engine monitor. It can apparently give you a lot of good, useful information, but again, I haven't really looked too closely at this. But it is fully functional. Position, longitude, latitude. Full fuel is 270.9 gallons. Well, I think it's Saturday the 27th of September. That's okay. Local time, 6:10 p.m. I guess. Wonder if that's Zulu. All right. Here. So we don't got much longer in the flight to go. The island kind of narrows down to a point here before we're going to transition from, I guess, won't be leg 2 today because it's currently rather late here. I won't be able to get another flight in today. But tomorrow, hopefully, I can get one in where we're going to be going from Vancouver Island to somewhere in Alaska. And again, that's probably where I'm going to play with the availability on charts. Kind of see how the EFB works there. So I, again, haven't messed around with that. I have done Navigraph charts previously in FS2020, flying the Honda Jet, and the Vision Jet were great for those. I like the Vision Jet because it is a jet, it is, but it flies a lot like just a fast prop. I mean, at the altitudes we're at right now, I imagine the Duke Turbine and the Vision Jet probably be pretty comparably matched for speed. And obviously the Vision Jet's newer and newer avionics and all that kind of stuff, but it's kind of fun to fly something that isn't all screens. But using the Navigraph stuff and having the SimBrief integration, having the Navigraph integration, having the on-screen charts where you can follow it down, and then also having external. So like on my iPad, I can have Navigraph loaded up, and I can see the in-sim plane on the tablet, which makes flying through charts and whatnot. It's actually very, very cool to see the visual. I'm very much a visual learner, so being able to see that kind of stuff was really nice for me. Looks like we got next to no wind here. Oh, 23 C's, getting a little warmer. I think we might gonna have to. I am someone who I'm always warm. So let's turn that down. Let's get those yokes back too. What does that say? That's something I really... Map, outside air temperature, compass. Oh. Interesting. I don't know what that does. Transponder ident. I believe it's a temporary autopilot disconnect. So if you want to leave the autopilot still connected, hold down this button and you can maneuver the aircraft. When you're done, release the button. You're good to go. Test the landing gear. That's pretty cool. I guess this would be a great place you can touch your electrical trim. Lapse time, or local time, UT, universal time, local time, elapsed time. I didn't have the chronograph going, the timer going. So we're going to be transitioning that airspace. So we should call it Vancouver Center. Or actually, let's call the airport here. Where are we going again? Port Hardy. Port Hardy, eh? Let's tune traffic. I believe where are we going? Runway 11. Let's announce position. Let's pretend to be a serious pilot here.
Zulu, Tango traffic. Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Alpha. 22 miles south, 8,000. Inbound to land. Runway 11. Charlie Yankee, Zulu Tango.
Port Hardy. CYZT. Localizer. So information, frequencies. Oh, no, I don't want that information. I want this information. No charts. And where are we at here? Alright. What was it? Oh, 46 feet. 46 feet. Delta Sky Vector will have what I'm looking for, but that's okay. We're going to try anyway. So, search field here. Go. One, 2.0. So it should be 112.0, I believe. Port Hardy, 12.0 on a 170 radial. So we got a 5,000 foot runway, 150 feet wide, grooved asphalt. Looks like we got approach lighting. Runway heading is a 113. Somewhere around there. We go Operation CRFI, winter maintenance, 1430, 2300 Zulu, Monday to Friday, excluding holidays, overtime. Call out, charges apply, no winter maintenance, runway 1634. No aircraft over gross weight of 12,500 pounds or less. Parking fees, private pilots. All right. So we got the... Ah, looks like my my nav decided to go straight to the VOR. Interesting. Let's turn that off. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna do some switching. Flight plan. We're gonna go direct to activate leg. Okay. You want 4,000 feet. Arrival at 4,000 feet. 4.7 nautical miles, so we're going to need some down. But in addition to the down, we're going to need some less speed. So let's pull back on that power. And then let's dial some down. So attitude. There we go. Let's hit that 2,000 feet a minute mark. There it is. Oh, just beyond. That'll do. So. Let's get our checklist up here. Go through a checklist. We got descent checklist. Cabin altitude, ignition, auto off, oil doors closed. Let's get them closed. They are closed. Ice deflectors as required. Power levers reduced. Monitor. Ice protection is required. On approach. Seat belts. We're good there. Fuel selectors are on. 25 recog lights are on. Pitot heat on. Outside air temperature is cold. Windshield off. Prop heat off. Cabin temp mode off. Ignitions are auto. Ice deflectors, flaps, and approach. Gotta go 2700. Go back to the map view so I see where we're at here. Within 100 or 1,000 feet, 2,700. Not over speeding. Everything's looking good and green. All good, all good. Leveling out 2,700. Bring that power back in. Announce our position again. Once we make this turn,
Charlie Yankee,
procedural
Zulu,
turn,
Tango
we
traffic,
will be on our
Beach
final.
Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Alpha, 11 miles northwest, 2,700, inbound to land, runway 11.
Cabin tip
Charlie
off
Yankee,
now.
Zulu, Tango.
It's 21 degrees in here. It'll be fine. We're not going to mess with the flaps just yet, though. And pretty out here. So pretty. Alright, we got 2,700. It's going to want me down to my final approach fix. 1,500 feet. So we're going to get that dialed in. Generally, so pretty. Generally, 1,000 feet a minute on that descent. Should do us just fine. Let's get some down. Right, fuel flow. Ooh. We're low on that juice. $28 gallons. It'll get us to the ground, but boy, my fuel planning wasn't great. I think a high-speed fuel plan flying that low is probably the issue. But should be all right. We're gonna get approach flaps in. We're gonna be slowing that down. We're gonna get approach mode in. Lights up way above. So you're gonna have to get down. Let's get that landing gear down too. Gear down. In transit. Let's get the props full. Go. This notch of flaps in there, I think. Down, and the air down. Whoa, whoa, what's going on there? What is going on there? And we're going around. Gear up. My pitch is running away on me. Shush. Well, we got enough fuel. We're going to go around. Not quite sure what happened there. Seemed like my pitch decided to do some fun stuff. Something like that. It's alright. We got it sorted. All right. That gear down. All right, gear down. Flaps are in approach. We gotta lose some more altitude though. Definitely too high. Next knots of flaps. Trim down. And we're on final.
Charlie Yankee Zulu Tango traffic. Beechcraft Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Alpha is on final. Runway 11 to land. Charlie Yankee Zulu Tango.
Let's keep it straight here. Back on the power. Reverse thrust. Back taxi on this runway here. And oof. That was not ideal with the fuel planning. What's going on here? I lost. What's going on? Interesting. That's a first. Huh. I am stuck. Very much stuck. Okay, well, I mean, we're on the ground here. I can taxi us there if the sim would let me, but it is not currently letting me. I can't even. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's back up and going. Let's get that up. There we go, out of beta. Beacon lights. Prop. That can all come off. Igniters are off. All that's closed. Alright. Kidding. Let's get taxied over here. There we go. Well, we got here some Dakotas. Kodiak. There it is, there it is. Heartbreak is on. Let's get that tablet out. Alright, well, we made it. 16 gallons left. After landing, checklist. Ignition's off, fuel doors closed, flaps up, cabin 0, cabin pressure mode. Dump. Weather radar off, standby. Lights, let's shut that down. Ice protection, all off. It is all off. Cabin temperature as desired. Shut down and secure. Parking brake set. Avionics switches to off. Generators also going off. Power levers to idle, propellers to feather. Wing pumps off when NG below 10%. See here. Wait for NG to drop below 10. When it does, get these pumps off. There's 10. And 10. Should pressure off. Battery master off. Parking brake. Battery to battery 1. Park brake released. And let's... I'm not sure if they're deployed. Yeah. Payload. There it is. Wheel chocks. Pitot engine. Nope, we don't want external power. Okay, cool. Nose baggage door, cabin door. Good stuff. Engine fire, no failure, no air starts. Cleaning. All right. Well, welcome to the ground. It's been a fun flight. I'm looking forward to when this becomes native, we can pull this stuff off on the ground. Close these things up. So look at the size of that cabin. You can stick a lot of stuff in there. Still got your weather radar right up in here. Shocks are installed. What a pretty plane. Anyway, well, that concludes this leg of the flight. We've got leg 2 down. And next leg, I think we're heading off to Alaska. So, hopefully you can join me on that one, and we will see you on that next flight. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.